What's going on, guys? A little something I wanted to show you today. The girls are working. They're working today. Look at that. Got some pine needles in a little bucket here. There's a gallon of syrup in there. This is their second bucket, by the way. They're just starting to get on it good. This thing ought to be just swarming alive in here. What I did, I got to thinking about mites. Mites and garlic. Here in Florida, we got this little critter called chiggers, or we call them red bugs. These suckers will make your life miserable, and if you're a bow hunter in Florida, it starts around September 20, I think. They are thick and nasty, along with the deer flies and the mosquitoes. We got umpteen different kinds. Yeah, some of them look like they could have sex with turkeys. They're so big. But anyway, thinking about mites, okay? And I've known this for years, and I've done it as a bow hunter. What I do in the fall, I like garlic anyway. I eat garlic quite a bit, but I really start putting in the garlic prior to bow season. And so chiggers hate garlic. Alright, let me tell you a little story. Bow hunting, I was invited to a piece of property a friend had, and his son hunted, the owner did, and his son did, and he wanted me to go, you know, along. He wanted me to show the boy the ropes and bow hunting, because I was fairly good at it. Okay, so anyway, I didn't say anything about garlic to anybody or anything, but anyway, I went out there and I took out 3 does, 1 the first year and 2 the second year. Well, the third doe that I took out, his boy was with me on this particular hunt, and the shot came in. He didn't get any shooting. I got the shot. The doe came in and she was quartering away, and I took the shot, and I was a little far back. Okay, so she ran off. I said, that's lethal. He's, you know. So anyway, I buzzed him on the cell phone there, and he called me back, and I said, you want to go with me on this blood trail? He said, heck yeah, I'm coming down. So we went down. We started on this blood trail, and it wasn't bad at first, but then it got down to nothing hardly. And finally, it got down like a drop every 10 feet. So I said, okay. I told him, it was pretty thick stuff. I told him, I said, you stay off to my side here. I'm going down on my hands and knees, because I had to look for I had alignment, I had some ribbon I put out, and I got alignment, so I started trailing this deer. Like I said, a drop every 10 feet. So I'm crawling on my hands and knees, picking up spot after spot. And now we did this for, I don't know, it was like I was on my hands and knees for over 100 yards. Finally found this doe. Arrow still in her. She was dead. So anyway, we packed that up and got it out of there. And 2 days later, the owner calls me. How are you doing? I said, I'm doing quite well, enjoying the venison. I'll get some for you guys and bring over. He said, well, my son, he said, aren't you just chewed up? I said, what do you mean, chewed up? He said, with chiggers. I said, no, sir, I'm not. Well, what's going on? My son, we had to take him to the hospital. He's completely ate up. Now, granted, this guy was walking beside me. He wasn't crawling around on his hands and knees like I was. So I was right down in him. And he said, why in the world aren't you just eaten alive? Because I said, well, maybe it's the fact either I stink like a grizzly bear or something, I don't know, but I do eat a lot of garlic, especially during the bow season. Garlic, he said. I said, yep, garlic. Been doing it forever. He said, well, that must be the trick, but he said, you want to buy some boa quick? My son's out of it. He ain't doing this sport no more. I said, man, that's a shame. If he starts eating garlic. He said, we hate garlic at our place. I said, well, okay, it's good for your heart. Bad for the mites. So anyway, here's where I'm going with this story. See that bucket? Guess what's in this bucket that these girls are drinking? I took a tablespoon of powdered garlic and put it in 1 cup of water, put it in my blender, put it on a low speed, and I blended that thing for 3 minutes. It stunk. It is strong smelling, buddy. I took 1 gallon of syrup, 1-to-1, and dumped it in there, stirred it up with a wooden spoon. I put just a little splash of tea tree oil in here. These girls have sucked down 1 bucket. They're going on their 2nd bucket. And guess where they're taking it? Right back to the mites. See what happens. This ought to be a little interesting little experiment. I thought I'd show you that. Girls are all flying pretty good today. These nukes are coming along nice here, I think. Yeah, they're all getting happy. These little guys here, they're all happy. These girls are happy. I doubled this box up. This was the original split here. I doubled this thing up. Sucking syrup like, they're sucking syrup like crazy. Oh yeah, they're loving it. They're loving it. Yeah, they're loving it. All right, so much fun. I just got stung in the eye. Actually, just below this eye. Man, does that feel so good. Anyway, yeah, what do you think of that, guys? Garlic. They're going to be taking this stuff back to the hive, putting it in there, and I guarantee you these mites are not going to be happy when that garlic gets mixed up in that hive. So we will see what's going on. Got this little colony here going on. Made this one up the other day. Man, they are sucking up some syrup here. Got another one over here happening. Oh man, they're getting that syrup good. Threw together another stand. I see these guys out there with these 4x4s. Concrete blocks and 4x4s. You ain't gonna pull that trick in Florida. These bull ants will take out your colony. So if you're in Florida, you might want to think about going this route here. Very simple. I just leveled it out. This ground slope is pretty good. I had to bury this block here pretty, halfway down. Very simple operation. You can see it's on a piece of wood drilled through, put it through there, tie wire, double tie wire it down. Now I've got a level railing. So I can put, I don't know, if I'm doing all nukes, so I gotta load this thing up. I'm gonna put this area here. I'm taking this goofy looking tie top one. There's one over there too. I've never had bees in it. Never had bees in this one either. I think what you might want to call those is a flippant joke. I've never put bees. I got bored one day and put those together. But I'm gonna put another run of bees stand in there. I've got a whole bunch of rails right there. I can put up a bunch of stands. I had about 100 of those that I gave away to everybody and his brother. That's all I got left, but that's going to be plenty for me to get this job done. These, by the way, aren't your little wimpy ones. These are DOT. Of course, DOT, Department of Transportation, they're using tax dollars to buy all their goodies, so they're going to buy the best in the West, which are these heavy-duty ones. Now, I've got some thin ones. The really thin walls. I got a couple of those in here, somewhere down in there. Anyway, the ones at Lowe's may work. You may not be able to spread them out as far as these, but you know, experiment and see what you can get away with. Obviously, you don't want to put a bunch of heavy. These things, hives start loading up with honey. Honey's extremely heavy. It may bend the rails. I'm not going to have any bending problems here. I haven't, and I've had some of these hives up here stacked. Five of these nukes high. 5 of these babies high, and that's a lot of weight. And they were loaded with Brazilian pepper honey, and didn't bend a rail. This is Brazilian pepper, by the way. I don't know if I've showed you this before. This is that invasive tree. Showed you these girls here working. They are working good. They have dug that stuff way back in there. There's about half of this tube is gone. It was filled all the way up to here, all the way back. So half of this pollen is gone. I don't think all the hives have found this pollen, to be honest with you. I would think that'd be, with as many hives as I've got here, this should be all ate up by now, but it's not. All right, guys, a little quickie. I'll let you know how this garlic thing works out. I got a hunch it's going to work great. See you later. Be happy. Bye-bye.